You ever look at someone truly great and wonder, what's their secret? I mean, what really separates the good from the genuinely world-changing geniuses? Well, today we're going to dig into this one force, this secret ingredient that's so often overlooked, but might just be the most important thing of all. So yeah, let's get right into it.
So what is it? I mean, really, what is that secret sauce? We talk all the time about, talent, money, strategy, all that stuff. But what if we're missing the biggest piece of the puzzle? The one thing that makes all the other pieces actually work.
Yeah, it's definitely not about just having the most money or, getting a lucky break. It's something deeper, an internal force, like a spark, that just ignites everything else. It's what takes all that quiet, sleepy potential and turns it into pure, unstoppable power.
And that spark, well, it has a name. It's called Zeal. And look, this isn't just being kind of interested in something or having a weekend hobby. No, this is an energetic, tireless, and just passionate devotion to a cause. It's the engine, right? The thing that drives a whole machine. So let's pop the hood and see what this engine is really made of.
All right, first up, we've got to look at where all this energy even comes from. We're talking about the internal engine of passion.
Okay, so think of Zeal's internal temperature, right? It's got two settings. On one side, you've got Ardor. This is like a steady, consistent warmth. It's what keeps you going for the long haul. But then you've got Fervor, and Fervor is the boiling point. It's this restless, agitated energy that just hates the way things are and is absolutely determined to shake things up.
And this leads to something called burning desire. And this is where Zeal becomes a full-on, all-consuming fire. We're talking about a level of commitment where your personal resources, your time, your money, even your own health, stop being things you protect. Instead, they become fuel. Just fuel to be thrown into the fire for the cause. It's how you get people like a Napoleon or a Musk doing things that just seem impossible because they decided right from the start that the goal was worth any cost.
But, okay, you might be thinking, how do you sustain that kind of fire without just completely burning out? Well, the answer is what we're calling heartfelt drive. See, when what you're doing is totally aligned with who you are, you get this thing called psychic income. It's like a payment that money can't buy, and it's what keeps you from crashing and burning. Because you're not just working, you're literally being yourself, just at a very high intensity. Okay, so we've got a handle on the internal engine, right? Now let's talk about what happens when that fire starts to show up in the real world. Let's look at Zeal in action. And the first way it shows up is with pure intensity. I love this analogy. Zeal isn't a light bulb spreading its energy kind of weakly all over the place. Nope, it's a laser. All that force is concentrated on one single tiny point. We're talking about solving problems in minutes that would take other people months just because of that focus.
So what's with the number 6,000? Well, that's how many different filaments Thomas Edison supposedly tested before he finally nailed the light bulb. And that right there is tenacity. It's the grip strength of Zeal. It's that absolute stubborn refusal to let go of a goal. Every single failure isn't a stop sign. It's just one more thing crossed off the list.
And you know what? Zeal actually shows up physically in your body. It's vigor. That's just the raw biological stamina to keep pushing. It's gusto, which is that appetite for tackling the hard stuff, the messy parts of a problem. And finally, there's joyful exertion. This is where you reframe the whole thing, and the hard work itself stops being a price you pay, and it becomes the reward.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Because Zeal isn't just a feeling, It's not just a behavior. When you know how to use it, it becomes the ultimate strategic weapon.
You've probably heard this phrase, right? Burn the boats. It's the perfect picture of what we mean by intense commitment. When you literally destroy your only way home, you're sending a crystal clear message to everyone, your team, your competition, everyone. And the message is, there are only two options now: total victory or total failure. There's no going back. It just erases all doubt and forces everyone to focus.
So, Zeal basically hands you a winning formula. Step 1, it gives you nerve. It just dials down your brain's fear response so you can make bold moves under pressure. Step 2, it gives you keenness. Your mind gets sharper, you start seeing weaknesses and opportunities that everybody else is blind to. And step 3, it powers what's called active optimism. This is that crazy, powerful belief that you can actually bend reality to your will. You don't just hope for a good outcome, you force it.
And the last piece of the weapon is urgency. Zeal literally compresses time. Procrastination? Gone. It creates this permanent now or never mindset,
like you're always in a war room. You know those problems that would normally sit on a to-do list for weeks? They get solved in a few hours, because with Zeal, the only time that matters is right now.
Okay, so how do we wrap all this up? What's the big idea here? It all comes down to harnessing what's called the ghost in the machine.
Look, at the end of the day, all of our resources, our talent, our money, our connections, they're just sitting there. They're inert. They're just potential. Zeal is the ghost in the machine. It's the spark that turns all that potential energy into actual kinetic motion. And here's the bottom line. Without it, nothing happens. With it, well, anything's possible.
And that really brings us to the final and, honestly, the most important question of all. All that potential you have, your talents, your ideas, it's all just sitting there, waiting for that spark. So the only real question left is, where are you going to apply your zeal?